well, I had a nurse come in and I had to go through the vitals and get checked again. So this is like part two of what I was originally going through. So eventually from the ER, I get up to here, and they were using the IV in my hand for different things, and then they weren't using the port until somebody checked and realized the port was accessible, and they started using the port, which made life so much easier for me. But in the interim, I did get a CAT scan done for the diverticulitis, which pretty much was the reason for the fever, or in a sense the infection. So they're still giving me antibiotics, but they're also giving me fluids as well, which is something I really needed. So that's helping. As well as the there's a whole shitload of other shit that happened. The IV that was done in my hand ended up blowing up. I got some, I don't know what caused it exactly, but I got spasms in my back, and it was really, really weird. It just started happening the Thursday night, and I don't know why, but they got really, really bad. So when the nurse came in, because the doctor, cleared everything that I could get, a muscle relaxer, and also a pain, um, a medicine to help with the pain, because I'm allergic to morphine, so I can't have morphine at all. So they have to give me something different that, will work for pain. And it was the nurse came in and she gives me the muscle relaxer, and the vein blew. So I got so much pain from that happening. So she stopped, and although it worked because it stopped the muscle spasms and I got rid of the pain at the same time, so that was fine. So we stopped. She took the needle out for the vein on my hand. I was like, finally, that was good. So she's like, everything can basically be done through my port, which makes life so much easier, and I don't have issues with the port. So at this point, what they just need to make sure is it stays clean and that it doesn't like get infected anywhere around or anything like that. So in the interim, like today, I ended up with the spasms again. So they gave me the medicine to, help for the spasms, but I still had the pain, which was interesting because I didn't have that the night before. But again, my vein blew, so it was like a whole different feeling and effect. I mean, it hurt like hell, actually. So this time around, I had to get the pain to like help alleviate, from the muscle spasm. So that's a lot better, which makes me wonder when I eventually get out of here and go home if I'm still going to get the spasms or not. And if I do, will I have medicine to be able to take for, to calm the spasms down and get rid of the pain that they cause, basically. So I don't know what's going to actually happen. I just know the one shot that they're doing with the bone marrow, they still need to do tomorrow. So that's I think why I'm still going to be here for tomorrow. That needs to get done yet. So they still want, another shot. I don't know anything after that, really. Well, gee, fine. Anywho, stupid. I'm watching Expedition Unknown. Yeah. And it just like it just decides it wants to go to a different screen, so whatever. But I've been more awake. I've been like, I can, do things. I can move. I can get up. I can walk around. I feel so much better. Even though that, there was the spasms and everything else, which was annoying. But still, overall, everything's like so much better than it was the last, previous. So I do have a little bit of a cough, not sure why, but I've had the cough off and on for a bit. But when I eat food, I can taste the food. Like, that's gotten better. I didn't realize like how bad, I was, like, the situation was that I was in. Now that things are clearing up, like, I can actually taste different things, and they have a taste, whereas before nothing had a taste at all. And I didn't even I knew nothing had, but I didn't know I was in that bad of shape. Like, so again, I was very frustrated with, like, why wasn't things addressed when I told them I was so fatigued? And I kept sleeping all the time. So they should have known. They should have started, like, doing stuff back then already. Like, but now my chemo's been pushed out. It's not going to be this week. It's going to be pushed out a week later instead, and maybe the dosage will be lowered a little bit, and they might still give me the bone marrow shot as well to also help. So we'll see how things go when that is. So I won't get chemo on the 3rd of November, which would be this coming Monday. It'll be the following week, which in a way I'm glad, because this gives me time to recoup. And I think they also don't want me to be put back in the hospital again either, after all this shit that I just got done going through. I mean, this is hell, literally hell, that I just went through for 3 fucking days. And it's like, I was going through this extreme fatigue for so long, and I kept telling them, I'm fatigued, I'm tired, I sleep all the time. And they wouldn't do shit about it. Like, why? I just don't understand. So finally, of course, it had to get to this point, the fever and everything else, before things got finally addressed. And now I finally feel better. But I don't want to go through this again. It's horrible. It's hell. Like, when you just want to sleep and you barely can walk and you barely can eat. Like, it was literally horrible. My everything. My lips, like, were weird. Like, they were dry and chapped, but they almost felt inflamed in a way. And, like, it was just brutal, and it made it even harder to eat because of the state they were in. Now they're back to normal. And it's like, it's just, the change is so much better. It really is. So hopefully I'll be able to go home tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see what, happens. But I figure there was, time. I was debating if I was going to, when I was going to post anything, because it was just so much, and the constant back and forth, and different doctors constantly, and like being bombarded and everything else. But I'm doing a lot better, which I'm very thankful for. So hopefully I get to go home this weekend. So happy Halloween to everyone. I'll try and check in, once I'm home, see how things are going. Peace. So mote it be.